Okay, day 7. Proofs, more proofs. Okay, so an angle review. So let's look at this and name all the vertical angles. Well, remember, vertical angles do this. So 1 and 4, 2 and 3, 6 and 7, 5 and 8. Those are vertical angles. Corresponding. Corresponding is 1 inside, 1 outside. So 2 and 6. 1 inside, 1 outside. 4 and 8. 1 outside, 1 inside. 1 and 5, and 3 and 7. Alternate interior angles. Well, first off, these are your interior angles right here. Alternate means on opposite sides of the transversal. So that's 4 and 5. Along with 3 and 6. And then alternate exterior, 7 and 8, 1 and 2 are your exterior angles. So opposite sides of the transversal will be 2 and 7, and 1 and 8. So with your protractor, and I'm just going to give this to you, we're going to measure angle 4. Well, first off, if you look at angle 4, it obviously looks acute. And if you measure, it's 44 degrees. You just take my word on it. And then angle 6, right here, is 136 degrees. And we talked about previously, what do you notice about them? They add up to 180. So 2 and 8, well, angle 2 is 136, and angle 8 is 44. And what do you know about them? Well, they're also supplementary. They add up to 180. And remember, we talked about this before. When you have a situation like this, okay, if we knew that these two lines, L and M, were parallel, then all the obtuse angles are 136, all the acute angles are 44. But we have not been told these two lines are parallel. But when we know they're parallel, we know they're always going to be the same. So, we write a proof. Our reason goes here. And we know that A is parallel to B, is parallel to X, and C is parallel to D. That's given. So we're trying to prove that 11, right there, is supplementary to 14, right there. So we know from what we've been doing that angle 11 is congruent, there's that upside down, is congruent to angle 13. Now, there's more than one way to do this, but we know 11 and 13 are the same. And remember the new shortcut we learned, if lines are parallel, which we have been given, if lines are parallel, then corresponding angles are congruent. That's the new shorthand that you can use. That's as short as it gets. If lines are parallel, corresponding angles are congruent. Now we know 13 and 14. Angle 13 is congruent, not congruent, sorry. Angle 13 is supplementary to angle 14. Why? Common point, common ray, form a straight line. So how do we justify that? Linear pairs are supplementary. know it's a linear pair because, once again, they're touching each other, they form a straight line, common vertex, common ray. Now, we know 11 is the same as 13, and 13 is supplementary to 14. Therefore, we can say angle 11 is supplementary to angle 14 by substitution. Okay? Once again, we know 11 is the same as 13. And 13 and 14 are supplementary. So basically, we're just taking this 13 out and making it an 11 by substitution. That's it. Okay? Let's try another one. Reason. Well, A is parallel to B is parallel to X, and C is parallel to D. Give all. Okay, so 1 supplementary to 22. Notice, look at them. 1 is obviously acute, and 22 is obtuse. Okay? When the lines are parallel, you know all 24 angles. 12 of them are acute, 12 of them are obtuse. All the acutes are going to be the same, all the obtuse are going to be the same. But we can't just say that as a proof. So, we say angle 1, okay, and 20 are congruent. How? If lines are parallel, alternate exterior angles are congruent. Okay, so now something we learned back on, I think it was day 5, we talked about the idea that these two consecutive interior angles are supplementary. So now we can say that angle 20 and angle 22 are supplementary. Or you can say one angle is supplementary to the other one. It doesn't really matter. And then we just justify consecutive interior angles are supplementary if lines are parallel. So actually, let's fix that. Let's go with our new way of writing if lines are parallel, and then say consecutive interior angles are supplementary. And then, again, same idea. Kind of like before we used transitive a lot, now we're going to use substitution a lot. We proved 1 to 20, and 20 and 22 are supplementary. Therefore, angle 1, and angle 22 are supplementary. And we've proven our rule by substitution. And that's it.